So this is the end of the competition in 2012 in Tenerife, the PWA World Tour stop. I'm Mark Hosgood. I'm one of the judges on the judging panel, and we have just finished possibly one of the best contests that's going to be this year so far, with an amazing combination of wind and waves. It's been fantastic. Mussolini had an amazing day, absolutely amazing. He was just storming through. To be honest, I think the guy that probably got the closest to beating him was in one of Musso's earlier heats was Adam Lewis. They were only a 1.5 point difference. So, Musso went through Adam Lewis, Thomas Traversa, Ricardo Campello, Danny Bruce, Victor Fernandez. Yeah, scoring wise, for his jumping, we had he was doing the most amazing one-footed back loops, scoring very high. Pretty. At the top of our scale that we can score him, he was scoring 8s, 8.5s. He did one incredible stall forward, where he must have been halfway down by the time he decided to pull us forward. That was scoring 9s. Pretty much across the board, and bearing in mind that a double forward now, the average sort of double forward landed is scoring a 9.5, so that sort of puts it on a scale of how good it was. His wave riding was where Alex was really killing it, especially with the guys that were able to do the doubles. He doesn't tend to do them, but his wave riding today was phenomenal. Some of the best I've seen him sail over the years, with his amazingly timed 360s, and also a carving ability that a lot of the PWA didn't think he really had. So the judges were rewarding him for this. In the final against Costa, he got a full 10-point wave. One of his waves was scored maximum points, and again had an amazing cutback 360, and I think something at the end, attacker maybe at the end. So yeah, quite incredible. Scores for Costa. The guy. You've got to score a maximum points. He's landing, dry, just super clean double forwards, really high, like it's like for fun. So that's his kind of his warm-up jump. I think he went out and he hadn't been in the water all day, hadn't been practicing, not even warmed up, and his first jump that he did was almost a knee-dry double forward. So that's taken as a granted that he's going to be scoring, up around the 9.5, 10, 10.5 sort of mark for his doubles. I think he scored must have been a 10.5 or an 11 for his second double in the heat, in the final heat. And then, as well as just the double, he then pulls out a push forward and blows all that out the window. Scored a pretty much unanimous 12 across the board, which is, we can only give 12s when it's absolutely exceptional. And you have to say that in these sort of conditions, compare his jumping to everybody else, he was exceptionally good. Really went beyond what anyone else could even dream of doing. So yeah, very impressive.
His wave riding.
Wave riding, he didn't have such a good wave riding heat in the final compared to what we saw in the single elimination final. Saying that, it's all in relation. So I think he was still scoring 8s and 9s for one of his rides. I think he got a goiter, and then he got some turns, and he also was doing a 360 and got some turns as well. So the guy's got it all. But like I said, I think in the final he didn't have such a good wave riding in comparison to Alex. But it was still, Alex and him had to be the best wave riders today. But when it comes to jumping, Costa was able to pull the most difficult and the most radical jumps out of the bag when he needs to.